Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I recently had the pleasure of pitching to some really big media stars. You may or may not know who they are, but I'm just going to rattle them off because they are really freaking cool. The producer of the TV show Chopped, and he went on to do a bunch of different other production companies. One of the news anchors she used to work for NBC, I believe in New York City, and then moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And so you see her on the news all of the time. And then lastly, if you grew up in New York and you listen to Z100, then you might know who Scary Jones is, and he is awesome. And I literally remember driving to school with my mom, and we would catch Z100 in the mornings, and Scary Jones always did the pranks on people, and it was just so much fun. So anyways, fast forward, many years later, he's a co-host to the Elvis and Duran morning show. And now he also has his own podcast and stuff like that. And he continues to have, he's a big radio talk show person. So anyways, it was such a cool experience. You may have been following me along when I talked about it on my Instagram. I was at this really transformative in-person event about how to get on the media, pitch to the media, utilize that media to help and spread message to people, up to others, and sharing your message and all the things. And it was so great. It was hosted by Chris Winfield and Jen Gottlieb, and they're just such incredible humans, and it was such a great experience for me. And so I had to literally send a video application of my pitch, and out of over 100 applicants, only 4 people were chosen, and I was chosen to pitch to these incredible media stars. And it just felt so surreal. It was such a great opportunity, not only one to be able to, work on my craft and get really direct feedback from, their team and all the things, but to be able to also stand in front of a room of over 100 people and it gets recorded, and to have a platform to share my message. I mean, yes, I, share it on podcast and social media, but it's like it was a new set of eyes, a new set of people, and it meant my message was getting there. So anyways, the pitch that I gave was, in hopes to be on one of their shows or platforms to share my message about how to detach your weight from your worth. And it's rare that, when you turn on the news or you see things in the media that people are talking about detaching your weight from your worth. They're often more so talking about how you need to change your body in order to be loved and accepted, and about the next crazy fad diet or quick fix or trend or blah, blah, blah. So I think that's why it was selected, because it was a refreshing topic. And then even further, it had a twist to it, right? Like, that's what people in the media want to see. They want the twist. They don't want the obvious. And so anytime I speak, I always introduce myself as, hi, I'm Tony. I'm a registered dietitian, and I teach people how not to diet. And the feedback I got from the media stars was like, that stood out to me, right? Like, you don't hear that very much. And so anyways, it was such a cool experience. So what I thought I would share with you guys are the 3 questions that you need to ask yourself in order to detach your weight from your worth. And so a little background, if you're new to the podcast, I myself grew up overweight, insecure, and I had this idea that if I never lost the weight, that I would never be worthy of love, of marriage, of, getting on the varsity basketball team at a younger age, all the things. I just always blame my weight for everything. And I really always felt like it was never enough. And as many of you may be listening to this, you might have gone on these weight loss journeys, and you'll almost do just about anything to lose the weight. But unfortunately, that means you end up sacrificing a lot of things and changing a lot of things that honestly probably aren't necessary, right? Because we're doing this for the long haul. So it's not, it's okay if you have a weight loss goal. I'm not saying that at all. It's more so learn. It's like, why are you doing it? And where is this coming from? And being able to choose how to do it is very different than feeling like you have to do it or it's going to look this one way. Okay. All right. So 3 questions. First question. We're going real deep, real quick. If you were, so really you're asking yourself this, right? So if I were to die tomorrow, how would people remember me by? If I were to die tomorrow, how would people remember me by? It might make you cry. I saw some tears in the audience, honestly. Because the reality is, guys, you are not going to be remembered by your body size. You are going to be remembered, or even what you looked like. You are going to be remembered by how you made people feel. Your character traits, what you brought to the world. You are going to be remembered by your successes, but more behind that, not even your successes. It's not even about like money and all that. It's like, it's the character trait behind that. Does that make sense, right? Like, you are going to be remembered for being kind and caring and thoughtful and passionate and hardworking and a giver and a woman of faith or a man of courage or whatever it is. You're not going to be remembered by your body size. And so we really believe that our bodies are everything. It's everything. You are not your body. You are so much more than your body. Okay? Which leads me to question number 2. Even though you're more than your body, you only get one body. So the second question you need to ask yourself is, what can my body do for me? What does my body do for me? Because often where people end up going down these rabbit holes of chasing the number on the scale and making crazy sacrifices is they're solely fixated on how much they hate their body, what's wrong with their body, why they don't like it. And it comes from this place of hate, and it's never going to feel like enough when it comes from that place. And you're going to be on a hamster wheel. Okay. So, but when you come from this place of gratitude and understanding what your body can do for you, it's not even a matter of hating it to loving it. It's about making it neutral and also appreciating it. When you come from a place of gratitude, it's a lot harder to feel that urgency and you go to those extremes. You'll come from a much calmer, more thoughtful, more intentional place. And ironically, when you are grateful for something, when you like something, you treat it well. Right? So you might think of, wow, it's pretty awesome that I can hear this podcast right now. It's pretty awesome that I'm able to walk and run, hopefully. And some people listening to this might not be able to. But you might have other parts of you. The fact that you can hear this, everyone is able to hear this. So you all have your hearing. Actually, just got an inquiry for nutrition coaching of someone who is deaf. And she said she best communicates through like email and stuff like that. And so I honestly, I don't know if I can serve her in this capacity. So I'm looking at some references for her and I'm trying to see if there's something that we can do. But all that to say, like, not everybody can hear this. Okay. Your body is working for you. It's not working against you. Maybe you're in a season. Maybe you have an injury. Maybe you have an illness. Maybe you have an ailment. Your body is fully capable of healing. And it's also fully capable of adapting, right? So those who can't hear, they can see really well. Those who can't see can hear really well, right? Your body is a miraculous thing. And so when we come from a place of gratitude, we often come from a place of care, of self-care. And we start to do the things that make us feel good rather than being fixated on all these crazy extremes about, how to change things and change them drastically and change them quickly. Okay? All right. Question number 3. If we lived in a meta universe where your body literally didn't matter, like the society did not give a crap about your body, nothing about your body actually mattered. You only were known for who you are and what you do and all the things. But realistically, if you weren't allowing your body to hold you back, what would you be doing? So what are the things? So the question is if my body wasn't holding me back, what would I be doing? Who would I be? Who would I be surrounding myself with? What things would I be going after? What jobs would I be applying for? What activities would I be doing? Who would I be asking to hang out with or to help or to mentor me or whatever it is? We can be so insecure and so wrapped in of what we don't think we're enough because that we don't take 90% of the chances that are there for us because we feel like we're going to get rejected or we feel like we're not worth it or we feel like, why me? Why not you? Why not you? All the stories that you've maybe been told or you think are true are not. You get to choose. You get to choose how you believe, what you believe, and how you believe in it. So if you decide that you're no longer allowing your body to hold you back and you're going to do all of the things that you keep saying that you're going to wait to do when, I promise you will learn really quickly that your weight and your body have literally nothing to do with the equation. You can do all of the things. All the things that you want to do, you can do right now. You do not have to wait for perfect conditions. You do not have to wait for you to be at a certain size. You can do it. You can do it now. Okay? So, really quickly, recap. 3 questions to ask yourself to detach for your weight from your worth. And let me tell you, this is obviously a process. It's not going to happen overnight. But I want you to challenge yourself maybe every day, whenever it comes up. If you're having a bad body image day, go through this, okay? Number 1, if I were to die tomorrow, how would people remember me by? And I'll give you an extra step for that. Write it out. Say those affirmations. Make a list. Make a list of all your character traits, of your positive ones, or even your funny, spiteful ones. like that's what's so cool. Some people are super sarcastic, but some people love that, some people hate it. Whatever. It's your thing. It's who you are. That's what makes you unique. That's awesome. Celebrate it. Question number 2, what can my body do for me? What does my body do for me? List it out. Write it out. Maybe do this as a journal entry every morning. And then lastly, if my body was not holding me back, who would I be? What would I be doing? Who would I be surrounding myself with? Those are some journal prompts. Do the work. Do the work. I recently heard something. There's a big difference between inspiration and transformation. And I might do a separate podcast on this. I'm not sure yet. Inspiration is you probably feel inspired after listening to this. I hope you do. Transformation is where the commitment lies. It's where the work happens. So you can be inspired for a minute and you can conceptually understand what I'm saying. But if you truly want to transform, detaching your weight from your worth, you need to commit to this idea, even if you don't believe it quite yet. You need to commit to the work. You need to journal it out. You need to challenge the norms. You need to make yourself proud because you chose to take action towards being in a healthy, balanced body and living a life outside of the fact that you have a body. Does that make sense? It's not about your body, but you do have a body, right? So I feel like that's where hopefully you can understand how we're a little bit different here at Tips with Tony. We completely understand you are more than your body, and we also understand that you only have one body, and you still have a body. Right? So it's really learning how to care for it, how to nurture it, how to love it with balance and kindness, and then also how to do all these other incredible things. And that's why we're here. That's why we're put on this earth. We were not put on this earth to obsess and to worry about our bodies and then die. That's not why we were here. We are here to contribute to the world, to share our gifts, to live our lives, to be alive, to thrive, not just survive. Okay? When you're fixated solely on the number on the scale, solely on what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, all of that mental headspace that goes into, should I wear this? Should I not wear that? Should I go? Should I not go? Oh, he's not even going to like me. Oh, she's not even going to like me. Oh, why even apply? I don't feel good. I'm tired, frustrated. This doesn't have to be your story. You get to choose, you get to change. So if you were inspired by this and now you're ready to take action and you want that transformation to be able to love your body and care for your body and nurture your body and do it in a balanced way and do it in your way, your unique way, well, then I'm going to urge you to apply to the 6-month to Food Freedom Program. This is our signature program. We've perfected this technique over many years, and you get the opportunity in this 6-month to Food Freedom Program to work with a dietitian on my team, to go through where you're currently at. Maybe you conceptually understand that you are more than your body, but maybe you have years of chronic dieting. Maybe you have years of messaging. Maybe you were teased or bullied as a kid like I was about your weight. And so it's like, you understand, you get it. You know that those were lies and those bullies were BS and that, they were just projecting their own, insecurities onto you, and like, you get it, but yet you're still struggling because you were never really taught how to eat, right? Or you don't really know how to talk to yourself in a different way because you only know one way. You don't have to do it alone. That's where we're here to help you. That's where we're here to guide you. And so when you work with us in that 6-month capacity, you initially will start with all of your belief systems, all of the misinformation, all of the things that you're currently doing. We're going to get really, really clear on why that's not working for you. And then get really, really clear on what it is that you actually want. And then we help you to kind of bridge that gap, right? So that that you're not in the best place right now, and that's okay. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change it and to do something about it. And you also don't have to do it alone, because you have the awareness that you're not happy, or that you have no energy, or that you don't feel confident when you look in the mirror, or you wear clothes, or you're bloated all the time, or whatever it is. You understand that you're not comfortable here and you don't want it. And then you also see what you get glimpses of it, I should say. You get glimpses of the version of you that's happier and lighter. And I don't mean like physically lighter, although that can happen throughout the process, but that's not the main goal. But like emotionally, you just feel lighter. Mentally, you're not drained. So physically and emotionally and mentally, you have more energy. You have more headspace. You're more confident in how you show up in the world. You're nicer to people around you. You also are a boundary setter in your newer, healthier version of you. You're no longer pouring into others without filling your cup first, right? That's the vision that we have for you. And so I hear you. I know that that's what you want. I know that you've been trying. I know that you've been working your ass off, to get there. And you try hard, but then you stop, and then you try hard, and then you stop, and then I get it. I totally get it. But the reason why you're stuck is because you're trying to do it alone. And because there's no accountability, there's no structure, there's no plan, there's no support. You're not meant to do this alone. Or the worst thing is when you get the support, but it's the wrong kind of support. And it's telling you to do all the things that we probably would say, please don't do those things. You're better off struggling on your own island than doing the BS stuff that's just going to bring you back, right? We want to help you. We want to support you. So if this encouraged you or inspired you to take action, I would really encourage you to go to tipswithtony.com Detach.com/coaching. You'll learn more about the program by watching the video, by reading through, submit the application. And I'm going to encourage you as well to submit it as soon as possible, because this happens literally every single year. This episode is going out in the middle of November. And this is the time where people decide, I'm going to wait till January 1st. Wrong choice. Wrong choice. People who are successful and people who will be successful in 2023 are doing the work now. Those who wait will continue to wait. There is never a perfect time. Never. The best time to take action was yesterday, and the next best time is now. And I can say that with confidence because I'm going to share with you guys personally, there's been other things going on in my life where I just recently decided to go back into therapy. I hired new business coaches. I've invested in these events and all these things, even when it really didn't even make sense. Like financially, to me and where I'm at currently, it didn't make sense, the amount of money that I'm investing in these programs. However, the transformations that I'm starting to see already, the shift in my mindset, in my energy, in all of the things, I know, I declare it to you guys right now that 2023 will be the craziest, transformative, impactful, I'm going to freaking soar in 2023. And I can tell you that right now with absolute certainty and absolute confidence, because I am ready and I've been working and I'm doing the work now. I would love for all of the transformation to happen right now. I would love it, but I also know that things take time and that I could have been getting help for the past year, but I chose not to because I was in a scarcity mindset rather than an abundance mindset. And unfortunately, it's going to take me a little bit to get out of this emotional hole that I was in. Okay. And maybe when I'm healed through, and we're always healing, but maybe when I'm working through it, I'll share a little bit more. But there's been some stuff and I've been pushing off the things that I need the most. And that's what we do. We think, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It'll make sense one day. I'll get it. I'll get my shit together. I got it. I can do it. I can do it on my own. I mean, you might be able to, but I'm telling you, it's going to take a really, 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 really long time. And as someone who values time, I believe I can't waste that anymore. So if you are ready and you're ready to take action now, go to tipswithtony.com/coaching and apply. We will get on a video call together. We will talk through where you're struggling, where there's areas for opportunity, how we can potentially support you. Hopefully it's a good fit. And if we do believe it's a good fit, we'll invite you into the program. And in 6 months, think about it. So this is November, December, October. Oh my God, I just went backwards. December, January, February, March, April, May 2023. What do you want to look like? What do you want to feel like? What do you want to say? You know what, Tony? I am so proud that I did this. I am so grateful that I decided to press play on this episode. I am so excited for this newer, healthier, happier version of me. That is the type of energy we are bringing to 2023. But I need you to take a chance now, to do it now, to take that leap now. If you want to be that healthier, happier version of you in May 2023. Okay? So, tipswithtony.com/coaching. Get the applications in. The sooner the better. Because the other thing that I didn't say, now is the best time, not because it's literally always the best time, because the sooner you start, the better you'll be. The sooner you'll be there. But the applications are always slow for us in the holidays. It's traditionally what it's been. I would love for that to change, but that's where the majority of people's mindset is in the scarcity mindset, is in the not right now mindset, in the all or nothing mindset. The holidays are the best opportunity to learn because there's so many opportunities to learn how to live a healthy, balanced lifestyle because there's so many more temptations. And it's not saying that you can't have that, but it's learning that you get to choose when to have it and how much to have. And it's easier, I think, to do if you're being challenged on a regular basis than like every other weekend or, just on Saturdays or whatever it is. So it's a great opportunity for you. But yeah, so with that said, less applications come through, so you're more likely to get a spot rather than getting put on a wait list, because what happens, and then you're waiting longer. And then it's another year where in 6 months you could be where you wanted to be, where you want to be. So the sooner the better. We're here for you. We're ready to help you. We're ready to serve you. We want this for you. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for listening. As always, I'm Toni Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.